England, 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 home of the afternoon tea, a vindaloo, and endless years of disappointment. But what about the people of England? What about them? Well, we sent our good friend and German reporter Wolfgang to experience a bit of good old English culture. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wolfgang. Now, this small town boy from Deutschland is here in the big city, London, more specifically the Kirby Estate in Bermondsey. Now, many people describe this place as the most patriotic estate in England. Well, the crosses of St. George are flying all around me.
The crosses of St. George are flying all around me. Gareth Southgate, the whole of England is with you. Oh, it's saved!
Regardless of what you think of Mr. Southgate, England have made it through to the knockout stages of Euro 2024 in Deutschland. So, with that in mind, amongst this glorious setting, I think I need to release my inner Englishman. What's your name? Kate Moss in the distance. Right then, we've already had a bit of a laugh doing the intro. It's been an absolute pleasure because I thought, do you know what, I'm going to try my luck and message the Kirby Estate on Instagram. And I was very lucky because we've got the main man right here. Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm one of them. It's not just me. There is a few of us, but I'm Chris. I'm from the Kirby Estate. Also the cameraman for the video that will come out for this.
Basically, the genius behind that amazing intro. Basically, Chris, I just want to get your. I know you've done many an interview. This is going to be somewhat of an amateur one compared to BBC and ITV. But I just want to kind of hear more about what drove you to put up all these flags, some of the feedback you've had, plans for future tournaments, and just a general chit chat, mate, and just to show us. Yeah. The beauty of the Kirby Estate. Yeah, why not? Let's have a walk. Can I pass you the microphone?
If you want me to hold the microphone. We're going to turn this into a professional interview now, you know that, don't you? None of this amateur business. So the Kirby Estate, this is actually a pre-war estate. It was built, we found out only last week, it was actually built in 1937-38. And they were putting flags up in 1945, which we didn't know until we'd done a Google search and we found some photos. And we found photos from a Kirby Estate kiddies party in 1945. And there was flags and bunting everywhere, and we thought, that's just insane, because we've been doing it since 2012, and it only started with a couple of us doing it. Geraldine put a flag up over that side of the estate. You can see her husband passed away in 2005, so we made her a special flag. It's faded now, but it's got Andy H and the year he was born and the year he passed away. So she put one flag up over there. Then Alan St. George, he put a flag up here on this balcony on the corner. Geraldine then put a couple more up her side. Alan put a couple more up this side. And then I thought, this is blinding. This reminds me of like the Euro 96 when it was in England last, and it was like absolutely popping off. You had white van men putting red crosses on their bonnets, people shaving their hair. And I thought, we need to do some more. So down this side of the estate, we made sure every flag from here on the stairwell down to the end had a flag. And that's how we left it. We put bunting all across the bottom, and then we left it because we used to have trees covering the other side of the estate and down the far end. But over time, trees have been taken away, which exposed more of the estate. And then finally in 2018, the bottom bit down the end, where the murals are, where the Fran Kirby mural is, the trees were taken away there. And we thought, this is it, this is time. It's now time. So we went door to door, asked everyone if they was okay with it. And we decided to put a flag on every single balcony. We haven't got a flag on every single balcony now, as you can see. We've got every other balcony. We kind of got priced out initially of putting flags up on the balconies, because over time the flags we have had, they've faded, they've ripped, they've been ruined by the elements, because they're not the most expensive flags in the world. We can only source where we can get them from. So we wasn't even going to do it this year, but we thought, no, we've got to do it. People kept asking us when we're going to do it, when we're going to do it. So we thought, right, we'll do what best we can. And then someone said to me, do a GoFundMe. And I was like, no, we don't want to do a GoFundMe, because every single time we've done it, we've always funded it ourselves. And people kept saying it, you'll be surprised, you'll be surprised. So I thought, all right, we'll do one just for a laugh. And I said to people, I don't even expect a fiver. But if we set a target of £500, absolutely amazing. We can get more flags, we can do the balconies, and then whatever we've got left, when England get to the final, we can have a big party like we have done in the past. We can get food and drink for everyone on here to come together and celebrate what this estate's all about. But now we're over £1,000, which is absolutely amazing. It's just ridiculous. But in the back of my mind, when we set the GoFundMe up, we've got a park over there that's been shut for 3 years, just over in the corner. I mean, if we walk, we can have a look at the murals as well, because again, that's probably one of the most biggest talking points when you come onto this estate. It's what a lot of people come for. But our park's been closed for 3 years, and we've had to fund it ourselves, and we're applying for grants, etc., etc. And we've now got a little bit of money in the kitty, and anything we have got extra over the 500 quid, we're just going to dump it straight into the park. It might not get us where we want to be, but it'll get us somewhere, and it'll get the ball rolling. But people come down for photos. We've had so many press down here, and like, it'd be lovely if the people that have come down here from the press, from the TV, the presenters, everything, we speak to everyone. Everyone's welcome to stay. We don't care. If they was just to put a pound in their pocket, we'd have loads of money, and we'd have loads of money to do our part. We've come under some stick, whereby people have said, oh, you do realise there's a food crisis, why don't you donate it to food banks, you should do it. And like, well, we could do that, but it's not up to us if they want to give us money for what we've asked them to do, because that's what we want to do. They might already give it to food banks and stuff, but we're extremely grateful that people have done this for us, and hopefully, and from the comments I read on Twitter, 99% of them, everyone admires what we do and they really like what we do. And it just puts a smile on people's faces when they see it, and they always say, this is how it should be everywhere, and it could be like this everywhere. Nothing's stopping you putting flags up. I mean, we only done it because we like to do it. We never expected none of this attention, and it was like one 30-40 second video back in 2018 that's changed this estate forever. Had like 1 million views in about an hour, and then overnight it went up to 4 million. And then I think like 6 years down the line, I think it's like over 6.5 million views on one video. And then he also sold it to like Lad Bible and Sports Bible and stuff. That's got like over 3 million views and all that sort of stuff. And it's like, what the hell? Like the first day it went viral, the amount of press that was on here was absolutely ridiculous.
So, by the way, before we continue this little chat, there is a link in the description below to the GoFundMe. So if you do want to support the Kirby estate, follow that link, and hopefully we can keep this amazing St George's display alive. As you can see behind, there's some fantastic murals as well. Just want to kind of go through some of the murals. Got one behind Kirby as well, perfectly associated to the estate.
Mark Merwalls, who done that for us, I contacted him back in Euro 2020. I said, mate, if you ever find yourself in Bermondsey, please come to our estate and do one for us. Didn't think anything of the cost or anything. I just wanted him to come and do it. Then I started to look into how much they do cost, and I thought, woof. And then one day he rang me and said, listen, let's do it. Yeah. It's the Euros, it's the women's Euros. Yeah. Let's do it. Who do you want? And I said, well, it can only be one person. It has to be Fran Kirby. Yes, she's not from around here, but the name Kirby, the estate's Kirby, it's perfect. And he went, brilliant. He likes to do things to keep in time with the competition, the current competition. So it went brilliant. Yeah. The fact that the Lionesses won the competition was even better. Yeah. When they got to the final, he said, listen, we're going to come and do another one, and we're going to get it. Oh, well, I said, let's try and get it unveiled somewhere. Yeah. So I contacted the people I've been speaking to this morning. I said, listen, we're going to unveil a mural. Do you want to do it on your show? And they went, yep. So we unveiled the Lion's Eyes when the women got to the final. So saying, come on England, just one more. As in they had one more game to go before they won the Euros for the first time against Germany, when they won 2-1. We had a massive party on here, watching it on here. And then this year, he said, like, I've got a window. Do you want to do another one? I was like, oh, no. So he rang us on the Tuesday morning, and he said, I'm coming tonight. I was like, what? So I said, what are we supposed to do? So I said, and he said, who do you want? And I said, well, we thought about Harry Kane, because he obviously started his career at Millwall, and Millwall supporters say, born in Millwall, but he's already got one outside the Spurs ground. So I thought, well, let's have a look. And Eze, he's actually from Greenwich. He was born in Greenwich, raised in Greenwich, went to school in Greenwich. He doesn't play for a team in this area, shall we say, which could be a bone of contention, but he's an England player, and that's what we celebrate on here. It doesn't matter what football teams we support, it's all about England. So he said, I'm coming tonight at 11 o'clock to start it. I was like, oh my word. So we had to pull in a few favours. I had one of my friends come round called Matthew, who's a painter and decorator, because he had big fluffy brushes. And it took us longer to paint that wall white than it did for them to do the actual mural. And they finished it on the Wednesday morning, and on the Friday, we had all Eze's family around, his mum, his dad, his brother, his sister, his wife, and loads of his friends. And we just thought that was absolutely incredible. And now we're thinking that hopefully it will come down after the tournament. Long while yet, because we've got to win the final. But after the tournament's done and dusted, he'll come round and sign it for us, which will be absolutely amazing.
So for those that don't know, Millwall, the Den, is literally around the corner from here. And I'm not sure if you can see in the background, you've got the Millwall badge on the St George. Now, I've just asked, are there any West Ham flags here?
Well, there's not any West Ham flags up, but there are West Ham supporters on here. We do know, obviously it's a Millwall area, but we have people on here who support Millwall, obviously. We've got West Ham supporters, we've got Spurs supporters, Chelsea, Arsenal. We even found out recently we've got a Watford supporter on here, which is kind of surreal. And then we've got people who obviously not from England, they've got their hometown countries and teams that they support as well. So we'd never just put St George crosses up. At the minute we've got a Turkish flag, a French flag, Scottish, that should come down really by now. They're out, not because it shouldn't be up. We've got an Albanian flag as well, and we've always encouraged anyone who lives on here, if you're not from England, get your flag and get your flag up and we'll put it out for you. But what we do around the bins, whether it be this one or the other one, where the big St George cross is, we always put whatever competition's taking part, we always get bunting with every team that's taking part, so every country is represented. So that is the current 2024 teams that are on that above Eze. And we just want to be inclusive because we know it's Bermondsey, we know it's London. There are people from all across the world on here, from different backgrounds, and we just want to celebrate everything to do with football on here, whether it be England or wherever they're from.
So we have been talking off camera. We're approaching a 5 foot tall poppy, mate. You just said, just up here. We'll take a look at that in a moment. And for those of you that follow the Kirby Estate on Instagram or Twitter or X or whatever it's called, you've got a couple of new additions as well. You've got Crouchy and Rooney. Where are they, mate?
They're tucked away. They only come out on match days. We've got Crouchy and Little Wayne Rooney, we call them. I think the tall one's about 12 foot and the small one's about 5 foot.
So very lifelike indeed. And I'm not sure if you can recognise this gentleman behind from earlier on. How are you finding all this attention on the estate? Is it annoying? Are you fed up of people like me coming and harassing you? It didn't seem like you were fed up earlier on, mind.
I'm never fed up, mate. It's great fun to have people come around and take pictures and have a bit of laugh and joke and have fun with us. It's brilliant. Fantastic.
Good to hear. So ladies and gents, if you are to come up, by the way, be respectful. I did message prior to coming because people obviously live here. So when you are taking videos and pictures, just bear in mind that obviously not everyone wants to be pictured and stuff. But I can see the poppy in the distance, mate. So shall we finish up by the poppy? Yeah.
Especially for Geraldine.
Yeah.
We're actually called Flag Ninjas.
Flag Ninjas.
Yeah, so I'm Flag Ninja 3. We've done it by age,
yeah.
So I'm the youngest.
So I did see that. I think it was a BBC article. You're Flag Ninja 3.
Yep, we've got Flag Ninja 2.
You're 2.
Geraldine's Flag Ninja 1.
That's right.
Geraldine started it and she's the oldest.
She had a T-shirt on the video I watched that said, oh, what did it say on the T-shirt? She had something written on the T-shirt on the interview I watched, and I can't remember what it was. That's right. It was Soon Eriksson. That was it.
So that's what started it off. In Euro 21, we went and made T-shirts the night before because we got a sweatshop in this estate. So we done it in house. Like I say, we do everything in house.
They've got a sweatshop, a sweet shop. They've got a flag shop.
We have got a popcorn machine.
We need a chip shop.
Kebab shop would be nice. Yeah. But we thought, no, let's do this for every game. So we done Get Well Soon, Christian Eriksen, and we wore that for our interviews.
That was great fun.
And then the next game, what did we have? We had the Denmark one. We had Bring On the Danish with Bacon.
I believe.
I still believe. And then we went Rome Alone.
And
then for the final, we had a gold England badge with our Kirby Estate logo. So yeah, it's just something to do. It's something different, isn't it? Yeah, but there's our poppy up there. Geraldine sorts that for us. Geraldine works heavily with the British Legion. She does a lot of work for the charity itself. And she went to the poppy factory and she saw one of them up on the wall. And she said, where can I get one of them? And she explained who we were. I said, I'll have one due tomorrow. Oh. So that is actually 5 foot tall. When we picked it up, I was like, oh my God, that's massive. Where are we supposed to put that? So we thought, right, it'll go up on the wall. But how do we get it up there? Yeah. And at the time, unofficially, we had scaffolding up round the corner. And one of the residents on here happens to be a scaffolder.
You sure you want to get this on camera?
Don't worry about it. I'm not going to name names. And he striked. Is that what it's called? Technical term. He striked the scaffolding from around the back, and he quickly put it up there for us to do. And we quickly whipped up there with a drill, and hopefully that won't ever go anywhere.
So I think that shows that not only people obviously focus on the patriotic aspect, but it really is a community here, and you can see everyone chipping in, people getting involved. I mean, people often kind of get a little bit funny about the St. George nowadays, but as you can see, you've got, where was it, the Albanian flag somewhere. There's flags.
Albanian flags over there in the corner.
Over there in a corner. This isn't some kind of political right-wing monument. This is very much an inclusive estate.
We don't do politics, just purely football.
Yeah.
I mean, we're obviously aware that other people on this estate, they've got different political opinions, and we don't do politics. No. It's just pure football, because football brings everyone together for us.
And that's exactly what I try and celebrate on this channel. It's why it's called Football Paradise. We're celebrating the good in football, and this pretty much summarises, maybe not on the pitch at the moment, because I'm going to finish up, guys, of asking you, realistically, how do you think we're going to do? We don't quite know as we're filming this who we're going to be playing in our next knockout stage match. Yeah. But, obviously, we're celebrating everything good about football. But on the pitch, mate, it's not been quite so good. How confident are you that we will finally bring it home?
It's coming home. I have to say that, right? Because otherwise, what's the point of doing this? But yeah, you're right.
Stupid question. 1,000,001 flags here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not asked really.
We don't really want these flags to come down early, so we want to stay as long as we can, and we need to play. Come out of it and attack. Yeah, we need to turn up. Bring the youngsters on, give them a go.
Hopefully it's a slow burner. I mean, we've seen countries peak early. I mean, Germany have peaked quite early. I'm hoping we ease into this tournament.
We did it in Euro 21.
Yeah.
We struggled. We did. I mean, Scotland won the World Cup final, didn't they, when they drew 0-0 with us? And then we come alive into the knockouts, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, with everything crossed, because everyone's being negative about what's going on with England at the moment. And that's going to feed into the team. We just need to be behind them, behind Gareth, and just believe it's going to come home. Yeah. And if it don't, 2 years down the line, we'll go again for the World Cup, and we'll put the flags back up. It's just what we do. It's the English way. Yeah. Like drinking tea in the video.
On that note, mate, boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Again, a reminder, there is a GoFundMe in the comments below. Thank you very much.
Follow us on our socials as well. Get onto our socials. We've got Instagram, Kirby Estate, and Twitter, Kirby Estate. And TikTok, but I'm trying to work TikTok out because that's new to me. That's for kids, innit?
Legends. Thanks, guys.
Nice one. Cheers, mate.
So there we go then, guys. Something a little bit different for the channel. I'd actually gone like a mile up the road to the Den, the home of Millwall. Again, busting more stereotypes, because people often regard the Den as the most feared stadium in England. We also paid a visit to the old Den, which is just up the road, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on that video. So I thought, just down the road, the most patriotic estate, let's pay it a visit. And thanks again to the awesome people on the Kirby Estate. I'm talking here about busting stereotypes, and here I am in the intro, dressed as Wolfgang, a German. But obviously, pinch of salt, guys, friendly banter. I've taken inspiration for Wolfgang from the Free Lions 98 video, with a little sprinkle of Rudi Völler, and obviously, for those of you who used to watch Harry Enfield and Chums, you've got a bit of Jürgen the German in there as well. So I asked a few Germans before dressing up as a German, and they all found it funny, so hopefully you guys do too. And again, do not fear the St. George's Cross, the flag. It is possible to be patriotic and open-minded, as the people on the Kirby Estate have proved. And speaking of which, I did leave my bloody hat on the estate. I had a delightful picture sent to me from Chris. So there you go, a little memento from Rice Football Paradise. Hopefully we can get back down there in the Euros final. I mean, it would be better to be in Berlin at the Olympiastadion to watch England lift the trophy. I know it doesn't look like that's going to happen at the moment, but who knows, slow burner and all that. But maybe we could head back down there for a potential Euros final if that happens. If you want to see that, let us know in the comments below. Again, like the video, share the video to anyone you think might find it funny or interesting. It's not just humorous, very interesting. Thanks again to Chris for the insight, and subscribe for more videos like this. I'll see you in that bloody Millwall video. See you soon.